So, welcome to Carnacalistis. We learn together and we grow together in the sight of God. So, today I want to speak about death, really, and immortality. So, it's been a week to today. My sister's passed away. So, I only have one sister, one blood sister, and she's the first sibling of mine to pass away. And it makes me reflect upon not just my own immortality and myself as an individual, but also about the whole concept of death, burial, and ways to be buried. And at the moment, we're going through the process of where she's going to be laid to rest, who's going to be doing the funeral, and being there for her children. I'm not going to go too much into how she passed or how the family is, but it's more about that we don't live forever. Yeah. And our life is so short. And when someone goes, it literally shakes. It's like shaking a tree and makes you review stuff. And a part of that is my parents passed about 25 years ago, 30 years ago. But they're my parents, And you can't expect your parents to go before you do. But when your siblings die, transform into the source and return home, it makes you look at life a bit differently. And what it is that I want, I'm talking about me, what I want for my own self and where I want to be laid to rest. So part of my thing is that I wanted to let my body return back to the earth from where it came. And so I wanted to be buried under a tree, and that tree to be in amongst other, because there are graveyards which have people burned, cremated, should say, and then you're put under the tree, and so as we decompose, we go to the goodness of the tree, and obviously there's more trees on the planet, so therefore it's very eco-friendly, and it's helping the planet. And also there's the aspect of like your generations, your great grandchildren, your grandchildren, your children can go and visit the tree, have picnics under this tree, and know that your body's dead, as opposed to a stone there. Not knocking gravestones, but I see people putting trees there now, to represent that person. Personally, I've got a bush on my landing, on my terrace, a big rose bush which is growing, and it's in memory of those who are close to me who passed. So originally it was my mum and dad, and that's my sister, so I've added her to it, and it's just kind of those. So it's very personal for me. And a rose bush, for me, represents the birth, life, and growth and death, because eventually the petals grow, look beautiful, like we all look beautiful in life, and then we wither, and then we die, and then we're born again, And I'm not going to go and talk about the process of, the funeral directors and all that law, and how expensive it is. But one thing I do want to point out is that, just for your own knowledge, if you've seen this video, just Google how much a funeral would be, a basic funeral would be, right? And listen to this scenario, right? just listen to the scenario. And say if you got children or you got brothers and sisters, and for example, it's roughly, just to say roughly, at this time, you're looking between 4 to 7 grand, right? But Google what you would think you was to look at it. And then think about where you was to die or pass away unexpectedly, whether it was a heart attack, a stroke, where you collapsed, or you was in a car accident, but then you don't have nothing put away. Yeah, and you're an adult, right? You're in your 20s, 30s, whatever. Or especially if you're a parent. And then your children are left, or your siblings are left to carry that load to bury you with dignity. You know. So what I'm trying to kind of get across is look at you're gone, or someone you know has gone, and then you're left to carry the torch and then get them buried and kind of finding money to lay them to rest. So it's not a bad thing. I think for me, it's about looking at yourself, and you have control then in how you are remembered, whether it's going to be a cremated, they put under a tree, whether you're cremated at sea, whether you're cremated and put over wherever, a lawn somewhere, or if you're buried, as in your body's buried in the ground, you then have control about what you want if you start putting money away for it. Or you could do schemes with funeral directors, or insurance company people that you could pay it off, and so you got something there. It's to take the burden off of you, off your family, and also I think above all that, take away the burden on your family, but you can then show your family what your wishes were. If you pay for this funeral while you're alive, so when you pass over and when you're sick, say if unfortunately you fall sick, you know that you've laid out what your plans were, you know, and they will honor that. And it's a really tough time when someone goes and you love them so much. And you just want to do the best for them. And you know that they're in a better place, but you miss them, their existence on this planet. You miss that. And above all, I feel it's like important that we start respecting and loving the people that we are around right now before it is too late, when they do pass away. And it is too late to say goodbye and I love you, and tell them now, while you're watching this, phone them, call them, text them, phone them, tell them you love them. Reach out to them, go and see them. Be with them, because I'm telling you, you will regret it. You will regret if you put it off. Spending 10 minutes, half hour, half the day, whatever, with that person, and getting to know them and being with them. You will regret it, and you're going to have to walk with that for the rest of your life. And it's not a good burden to walk with. And you're going to constantly be going if, buts, and maybes, and there will be an aspect of you that will feel blame or shame as well. But if you want to spend time with them, they don't want to, but you've tried. Yeah, you've tried to connect with them. If they don't want to connect with you, then fine. But you've tried. I was lucky that I connected my mum and my mum. I was really close to my mum anyway. So when she went, I had 5 years with my dad. I connected with her, and I connected with my sister. And I have good memories of my sister as well. And then it does make you think back to all the times that the little moments you have with them people, you know, that you've experienced, those little golden nuggets that you probably took for granted, but them little nuggets, you know what I'm talking about? That little joke you've had, that conversation you've had, that outing you've had, you know, the tears you may have had together when they probably comforted you or were there for you, or you may have even comforted them, you know. But please think about, if anything, think about how you want to be remembered and look at sorting out your own funeral if you can. And I know this is really morbid to say this, but it is really important. It is really important for you to take that burden off of them and that burden off of you as well. Because it's one thing that we all face, no matter rich, poor, black, white, orange, green, straight, gay, white, whatever, we're all going to die. We're going to die. One day, we're all going to die. And it's important that we're remembered the way we want to be remembered. So I'm going to leave you with that. Short and sweet. Even if one person goes, okay, well, maybe I should take a policy out to just, you know, you could put savings away even. You know, put savings away for whatever, just a funeral saving, you know. If you don't want to get with a funeral director, just put money away. You know, a couple pounds a week, you know, or £10 a week, or £10 a month, you know, or £20 a month, whatever it's comfortable for you. But just look at how much funerals are, and then add on top services, church services. Look at the cars, look at to be buried, look at the price of gravestones. Just have a look and you see. Then put that on if you look at your family, whoever's going to be around you, who you think who'll be burying you, and think you want that on them. Probably not. And yeah, and I think that's it, to be honest. Blessings, God bless. And I don't want to say I'm sorry this is more, because I'm not apologizing for this video, because it is important. But I hope you're all well, and God bless, and I'll see you in my next video. Namaste, God bless.